Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. Welcome to your reading for December 19th through the 25th. You have the card of travel as your overall energy. But it's interesting because I'm not sure that it actually means physical travel, although it certainly could. Look, we got the holiday season this week, right? So for some of you, it is totally that, but it's almost another kind of a travel. It's like a travel. Maybe it's because you go home, but it's like a travel through time and space in some way where you're going to learn something that's really valuable to you. So the card says, let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail, and I'll be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. I mean, if you are traveling at the holidays, that is something good that you might want to go back and take a look at. But I feel like, I don't know, it's like a reconnecting with yourself kind of travel. Yeah, it's going to lead to a transformation. There is something that's definitely shifting and changing. Oh, both of them. Okay, so this is so interesting. Overall energy, you have the book, and the book has a lock on it. But I grabbed two cards when I opened it, and look at, there's the key. There's the key to the book. It's almost as though this week something is revealed to you, or it's almost like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit of a time travel thing. You do go back home and you're going through your bedroom and your parents haven't changed anything, and oh, here's my old diary, and you revisit and you remember who you were. What your dreams were. What was it that you wanted to accomplish? What was the big goal, the big desire, and what motivated you to make some of the choices that you've made along the way? You've had recently the North Node go through your sign, and now with the North Node in Taurus, it's kind of like this integration period, and that's almost over. And so now you are setting out on a new adventure, a new trip, a new way of being who you are. You're going somewhere. Like you could physically be going and traveling, maybe on an extended vacation, or maybe you are traveling to a new place to start a new job, or maybe you are traveling to a new way of being who you are. Like it doesn't feel just like going home for the holidays, although that is totally part of it. I almost feel as though it is something about this time of year and this reconnecting to our inner child and our dreams that we had for ourselves, where we start to remember what we want. It's almost like we're taking that inventory. We generally, this time of year, there's a lot of taking inventory, taking stock of what have we accomplished and what are our goals for next year. And I think that's really a big part of this. But it feels like the inventory and the taking stock isn't just for 2022. It feels like maybe since at least like the last 3 or 4 years, it could be even the last decade. How far have you come? I really want to encourage you to celebrate who you are now, what you have learned along the way, even though some parts were really hard and icky, what did you learn and how have you grown? And celebrate the person that you are becoming and the power that you are stepping into. And so there is this cloud card here in the energy of where you're seeking information. And so I think, things have been a little foggy. Where am I? How am I going? Where am I going? What is it I want to do? What do I want to be? So it could be literally your regular travel plans, but it feels much more expansive. Look how expansive this card is. It feels very far-reaching. This feels like a larger cycle than just going home for the holidays. And in the key to the situation, we have the little girl here, the small child, the new beginning. But in the heart space, this is being open and receptive, and it's almost like your inner child is looking at you and asking you, what are we going to do next, right? She's sitting there patiently waiting for the opportunity to go off on an adventure. She's very grounded. She's definitely looking at you. She's looking at you. And I want you to see here, this is almost as though the spirit guide is guarding you and protecting you and your small dreams. And so the overall energy, the key to the situation here is the inner child, and that key is what unlocks the book of secrets. Your secrets to you and who you are and what your dreams are. Dear diary, when I grow up, I'm going to be. That's what it feels like. And so the struggle has been the transition. Here we have the card here of the coffin, but this is in the area of it's been very draining. This has been a very energetically draining cycle of releasing and letting go of something that doesn't work for you in order to allow something to come in, something new to be birthed. This is the new birth. It's the key. And so the transition, the letting go of a very old cycle, because here in the area of the mountains, of the obstacle, we have the growth. And so it feels very much like I've set my roots down here. I've established this. I planned for growth here, and it no longer serves me, so I have to uproot something. Or it's about your health. Maybe you haven't been feeling really good. Okay, I'm getting a hit on that. So some of you have been feeling very drained, energetically or physically, and a lot of times they're related. And so it's been a struggle to find yourself back to feeling fresh and new, right? It's also, where do I put my roots down? Where do I establish myself? Might be something that you're considering. And to me, this is always, of course, the family tree. And so there's a possibility that there's an obstacle surrounding the family tree that that needs you to overcome it. To overcome, sometimes we have. I remember I would say to my mom, "Ooh, when I grow up, I'm going to do this, that, or the other thing," and she'd say, "Oh, that's really sweet," but not like, "I know you can do it." She never said I couldn't do things really, but she never said I could. And so all of that motivation and that desire and that willpower had to come from me. And I feel like in this situation, whether or not someone actually said to you, you can't do it, or whether they weren't implicitly supportive, it's kind of made you doubt yourself and created a little bit of doubt. And so you're being asked to allow this transformation to happen this week, to allow yourself to dream big again and to do the thing that fills you with joy. Do the thing that is exciting and you want to do. Let joy be the compass to help you determine your next steps. This should generally be the compass. So here we have, in how do you transform this situation, we have the card of the anchor. And so I want you to see, again, the protection of the little fairy who's dancing with joy. He's holding the anchor. Why is he holding the anchor? He's either holding the anchor because he has allowed the ship to sail that no longer serves you, or he's standing by to allow the anchor to come in, to be able to anchor in this ship when it gets there. So either you're dancing with joy because the situation is completed, excuse me as I throw cards everywhere, or you are dancing with joy because you're free. You're free to move on. And honestly, one thing follows the other, right? Like you end a cycle so you can begin a cycle. And so it feels like the ending of a cycle was difficult and the new opportunity is coming in and you're being asked to anchor it in, but anchor it in joy. He has such a benevolent look on his face there. Like, I gotcha. I got your back. And in the area of the action to take, you're being encouraged to get your little ducks in a row. Here we have a long-awaited change, and we have the mom looking back to make sure that the three little ideas, the three little opportunities, the three little things that need to be done to be taken care of are in order. Are they following? Are they following? And so this definitely feels like getting your ducks in a row in order to create a long-awaited change. I don't know that the change happens this week. I think you start identifying, what do you need to do? What are the steps you have to take? What is required in order to get to where you want to go? To establish this sense of health and well-being, to establish the sense of feeling strong and solid in where you are, to find where it is you fit in, where you grow really big, right? So it could be a career situation where, you know, you're getting your resume together and figuring out what you want to do and what your skills are, maybe looking into sharpening up some of those skills so that you can put your roots down into a new career path and really establish something and have this be a very fruitful opportunity for you. It could be that you're literally trying to start a family, right? And so what do you need to do? Are you taking care of your health in a way that allows you to be able to do this? Are you taking care of your financial well-being? What are you doing to be very responsible and adult in your life in order to establish the roots that you want to, while at the same time remembering that what you're doing is you are honoring your inner child and that life is supposed to be fun. It's not just responsibility, and those dreams are important. But what's important about dreams is that you actually allow them to come in, that you actually allow them to find port, to find safe harbor in your heart. So in the area of resources, time, money, emotional, financial, you have the card of the moon. This is a moon that is growing into a full moon. And so this is definitely has the energy of focusing on the dream, of focusing on the goal, of not losing sight of the dream and the goal. And not everything is clear yet, right? It's only a quarter moon. And so there's still more steps to take. And it's funny because there's 3 little things here. So it's almost like there's 3 more steps that have to be taken, pretty big. Even though they're little kids, they're a lot of work, right? And I mean, they're cute, but they're a lot of work. Kids are a lot of work. So how are you going to get these ducks in a row? So in the heart space, you have the card of luck. And I want to remind you that what you feel is what you make real. So if you're feeling lucky, things are going to fall into place. So count your blessings this week. Be grateful to the people in your life that are there for you. Stop and smell the roses a little. But just remember that when things pass out of your life, when they leave, when they move on their little merry way, they needed to create space for some new opportunity to come in. That you anchor your energy down this week into the energy of the snake, into the transformation, into shedding of the old in order to allow the new to come in. That's where you anchor your energy. You are about to take a big journey in your life. It's a new step, a new opportunity. This new year coming up is bringing you something great. This might be a good time to tell you that at the end here, I will put a video up for the 2023 sneak peek preview, whatever. And so you can check that out. And if you want to get the whole, I did do the extended on it, and it's only $11. And I wanted to make it affordable so that people could have advanced knowledge and warning, to be aware of the opportunities that are coming for you. And it looks like you have something really big coming in here. So let's take a look at the guidance through the week as we work with the moon. So that moon starts out in Scorpio at the beginning of the week. So this moon in Scorpio, you have the card of the shark. It says persistent drive. See what you desire. See what you desire and move toward it. See what you desire and move toward the goal. It is time to zero in on your purpose, to use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. There is a lot. So we have Jupiter on Tuesday moving into Aries, and Jupiter's going to be there for a while. And so as long as Jupiter is in Aries, that is in the energy of choice for your sign, Gemini. Air feeds fire. You can expand out in any direction that you choose. That being said, if you're a Gemini rising, that's your 11th house. And your 11th house is the big wide world out there. So you can travel in any direction you want by choosing to, focusing on the goal, working toward it. That moon, when it's in Sagittarius, which is it's again, it opposes your sign. But again, air feeds fire. And so it's almost as though it pushes you. It pushes you to make those changes. So that is Wednesday and Thursday. That is also on Wednesday when we have the solstice, the shortest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. And in some parts of the world, the sun will actually disappear for like 3 days. And so it's this time of really pulling our energy in because we have a new moon that comes right on the heels of this. And so really pulling our energy in, nurturing ourselves, taking care of ourselves, doing what we need to do for us so that we're ready for the next cycle. That is always what this time of year is about, but the way it falls together this year, it feels very much very important that you do that, because right before that moon moves into to Capricorn, that moon is going to cross the galactic center here in the space where you have travel, the space where you are supposed to be thinking and focusing about where do you want to expand your life out, what is it that you want to do most of all, and how are you going to get there. And you have the card of love endures. And this is definitely self-love, okay? Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Love yourself enough to chase down your dream, to go for what it is that you want. What is it that you want to accomplish? Love the dream and love yourself enough to give yourself the dream. And just like with these small children here, they need to be nurtured. They need to be cared for. There are steps along the way. This transformation, looks like you've got luck on your side. Timing looks really good. Timing looks really good. All right. So this new moon happens when this moon is in Capricorn. The moon is in Capricorn Thursday and Friday. Sunday it gets into Aquarius, but I'm going to cover the moon in Aquarius next week. So we have here, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Acceptance. This new moon, it's a Cassimi new moon. And it happens at 5:17 a.m. Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. That means a half hour before and a half hour after. That whole hour there is very potent and rich and fertile for planting our seeds of intention. So when you are willing to accept that you can't change other people, but you can change yourself, the only person you could ever change is yourself, right? I'm willing to accept the things that I cannot change. But I want to say, I want you to accept also that you are totally capable of making this transformation and changing whatever it is in your life that's not working right now, and allowing yourself to sail forward into a new direction. You have Beauty and the Beast for this new moon. This is accepting who you are, right? This is accepting situations, and this is finding that deep sense of love inside of you for something that's really important. It's the number 23, which is all about change. But we're moving into the year of 2023, which is actually a 7, not a 5. And it is about, it has the 7 of Wands energy to it, of standing in our integrity, of knowing what we want and being willing to fight for it. And also in moving in alignment with putting our actions into alignment with our goals and our dreams, right? The Chariot, the number 7. So this is a really powerful year that's coming up. It's got a lot of opportunity for you. 23, I'm looking at the wrong number. Hold on. Do not trust what your eyes see, trust what your heart feels. Appearances can be deceiving. Maybe at first things will seem dark and unpleasant. Give them a second thought and don't make up your mind too hastily. Mars in your sign slowing down your thought process, and Mercury is about to turn retrograde. It stations retrograde on the 29th. So over the next few weeks, take your time to really look at things carefully and be very organized about it. What's interesting is they're actually going backwards in this reading, the way it's laid out. And so it's almost like something needs to be reviewed. But what I really think needs to be reviewed is your dream and your goal and how can you get there, right? And so just because it looks on the surface like this is really hard and I'm not sure I can do it, and we do have the clouds of confusion here, I do believe they're going to clear if you take the time to look at things a little more carefully. And so don't make your mind up too hastily. Learn to open your heart. There is a great amount of beauty and love involved here, but they may be so hidden from your sight at the moment. So close your eyes, trust your heart, and you will discover wonders and treasures. So I'm going to tell you something I told my daughter this week. We were having a conversation about something, and she said, I think that the universe sometimes gives you what you need. And I said, no, the universe always gives you what you need. But sometimes you have to stand way back and squint really hard to see it. And so I think over the course, I think we're setting up this little time frame with this Mercury in retrograde here coming up, and with Mars still in retrograde in your sign, where it's about standing way back, squinting really hard, and trusting that your dreams are worth coming in. The ship, it's still out there a little bit, but you can feel the excitement. You can draw it in with your excitement. All right, Gemini, you guys have a great week. Happy holidays to you. I am on Facebook every day. If you'd like to join me for the live chat, it's Sunday nights at 7:30 Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. I'm doing it on the 18th this week. I'm also going to do it on the 25th because, sometimes we just need a break from our families for like a half hour. All right, so I will see you guys there. You take great care and take care of your dreams. They're important and they need your time and attention. All right, I'll talk to you soon.